Hey guys, it's Landon here, and as you can see, Saturn is back, and that can only mean one thing, that disaster has struck. Long story short, my green Jeep Patriot turns out to be, of the 24 vehicles I've ever owned, the biggest lemon I've ever owned. Simply because that suspension, tried repairing it, and it was repaired, but then it started to make noise again, took it back to the mechanic, and it turns out the subframe is just damaged, is what he said. I took it to my insurance thinking I could just get it written off as damaged, but as it turns out, it's just wear and tear. It just rusted away, and it was not insurable after that because it needed a safety. So sold it for $1,000. Right now I have the Saturn for highway cruising, but unfortunately, it's low on the ground, it's manual transmission, I can't sleep in it when I go do my travels around Saskatchewan. I have my truck, which has actually turned out to be really good. Who would have thought a $1,000 truck would be like, starts every time, and not only that, I've been doing dump runs for people, and been making money that way. Made $560 so far, so that's awesome. Alas, I do need something because I want to go traveling Saskatchewan again. Can't do it nationwide because of the whole pandemic and whatever. I mean, you can do it, but then you have to self-quarantine for 14 days. It's not worth it. I'll just travel Saskatchewan. So again, looking for an SUV where the seats fold flat, all-wheel drive is good, and working air conditioning, preferably automatic transmission. So I found a old 2004 Chevy Tracker and took it out for a test drive. So that's what you'll watch right now. The guy was super open honest. He said he flips them, so he obviously got it for cheap from a buddy at a car dealership, so they probably gave like $1,000 for this thing, and he's trying to make a couple $100. But I'll take her out. It's a V6, which surprises me. I thought it'd be a 4-cylinder, but the seats do fold flat, like completely flat. So we'll try her out. This thing is a little bit loud. Well, the cruise control works. Air conditioner works. Steering is pretty straight. It's an old thing, so it's not really refined. It's pretty clunky and stuff. You know, honestly, for what it is, it's not bad. Like, the suspension is pretty solid. No squeaks or anything. It's just like an old Chevy product. There is rust right here, but that's just cosmetic. If you actually look underneath, the frame is in really good shape. Like, there's hardly any rust in there. It's just the body rust. But I mean, it's seen better days. And it's not big. Like, this is smaller than my Jeep. So this opens a little bit differently. It opens from the side. And then, yeah, all this crap back here, but I mean, he's not going to know anything about this thing because he just got it from his buddy. So asking him, you know, its history is not going to work. The way you put the seats back is really strange. You got to take the headrests off. Then you kind of open this up, and then there's like a little thing that you tug here. So you flip that. And then do the same thing on this side. There we go. And then these flip completely flat. Oh, come on. They did go completely. Oh, because the seat is a little bit too far ahead. Come on. There we go. Because it is shorter, though, I'll need to check to see if I can sleep in it. I mean, it's a pretty solid unit considering how old it is. But I can't believe I'm crawling back here. You know, actually, it's not bad. It might be better if I go this way, though. I mean, really, he wants $2,100. He told me that, you know, he got it from a buddy at a dealership. He probably got it for like $1,000. So honestly, I think I could do this. I could sleep like this. Tires are, I mean, they're not terrible. This is a true four-wheel drive, so it's going to have like a center drive shaft, so you're not going to have to worry about the suspension issues that the Jeep had. But because it is a true four-wheel drive, you have to put it in park every time you need to use the four-wheel drive, and you can't use the four-wheel drive full-time or else you will wear the tires out. So it's definitely older technology, but I mean, 235,000 K, it's not in terrible shape. We'll see. So this is the old four-wheel drive system. So it's not automatic. Right now I think I'm in neutral. That's for low. So for low is like when you're stuck in mud, it's gonna have lots of torque. Like loads of torque. It's a true 4x4. And this isn't the little Jeep that I had before. But again, you have to go back in park, let it kind of idle down, put her in neutral. Come on. Sometimes it gets stuck in there. There we go. There we go. So that's neutral. Pull her down. That's for high. So four-wheel drive high. And then pull her down to be in two-wheel drive. So unlike my Jeep, when this is in normal driving mode, unless I'm stuck in snow, it's gonna be rear wheel drive. I'll show you what happens when you drive a four-wheel drive vehicle on pavement in 4x4. So right now we're in two-wheel drive, everything's all happy and wonderful. What we'll do is we'll put her in park. Four-wheel drive high. We won't worry about four-wheel drive low. That's insane. Even my Jeep didn't have that. We'll put it back in drive. We'll go. But watch what happens when I take a turn. I'll take a really tight turn here. Oh yeah. See, it doesn't want to do it because the wheels are locked. See? It's not designed to be used all the time. There was one other thing that was really kind of confusing me. If you see on the dashboard, it says power. And I'm like, well, what the heck does that mean? So I Googled it, and it turns out, so this thing, there's like a button here to move the gears. But there's also this little switch right here. And if I push it, you can see it turns off the overdrive. But I'm like, well, why the hell is that power thing still there? And then someone said there's a little switch right over here. Right now it's on P for power. I don't know. It gives you more power. I have no idea. If you switch it to N, I think that means normal. Well, I returned it and basically said, you know, it is what it is. It's not exactly what I'm looking for, and I can't fault it for being a 2004 and whatever. So I offered $1,500, and he said the lowest you could go is $1,800, and I said, well, thanks, you'll have a good day. So someone will buy it, just not me.